Good morning and welcome to Monday Morning Yoga. My name is Melissa. So if you haven't already, just take a moment to grab anything that you will need. A block might be nice today. If you don't have a block, a thicker book, a pillow that's not super squishy, any kind of cushion, again, just not super squishy, some blankets folded up. Any of these things will be helpful to you. And I will always give you an option if you do not have any kind of block. We're going to get started this morning on our backs. I was trying to decide between back and child's pose. So just make sure if you're a little sleepy like I am, that lying on your back doesn't cause you to fall asleep. If it does, you can sit up for a couple extra minutes or another minute or so, just while we get a little quiet, go inside. Ooh, excuse me, sorry. It feels like a super Monday. We're going to shake the Mondays out with this yoga practice. So you can be kind of in a Shavasana, arms and legs straight down, or my back's a little cranky this morning, so my legs are bent, feet are wide, and knees knocked into each other. That just feels really good for me on my back. You can play around with different positionings. And then just start to notice your breath. Notice where you are right now. And then once you notice where you're starting, just start to slowly deepen your breath. You don't have to all of a sudden go from a 2 to an 8 in terms of like breath length, just throwing those numbers out as an example. You can start off nice and slow. But also focus on your exhale. Exhales generally take care of themselves. Right now, I'm not even paying attention to my exhale. It's just happening while I'm talking. But for the next few breaths, we're really going to focus on the inhale and the exhale, trying to deepen them maybe each time. Take a couple of more breaths here. And then if your eyes were closed, blink them open. And if you weren't there already, bend your knees, feet as wide as your mat. And we're just going to do some twists here. So you're just going to drop your knees over one way. They're not going to touch. Don't worry about getting them all the way down. And then come up and bring them down the other way. So keep your breath, but your legs might move a little faster than you're breathing. Though you can certainly hold, exhale all the way down, hold until you're done exhaling, and then inhale when you come back up. It really just depends on the pace you want to set right here. I want to go a little faster than my breath. So start opening up our lower backs. Do a couple more, just making sure you end on the side you did not start on. And then we'll meet back in center. And then I want you to give yourself a thorough body stretch. So stretch your legs out long in front of you and then bring your arms out over your head and just stretch yourself completely and thoroughly in each direction. Keep breathing and keep stretching. Just one more full breath. And then when you're ready, bring your knees into your chest and your arms around and give them a hug. And give yourself a little massage here. So we want to end up on hands and knees. So you can absolutely roll to your side, swing around, push yourself up, or you can start a forward to back rocking motion. Oh, mine's going to be a few steps today. Roll over your knees. Nothing has to be really fast here. And then we will all meet in our tabletop, shoulders, elbows, wrists in a line. A little bit more for the lower back. I don't know about you guys, but my lower back's always really tight when I wake up in the morning. So I try and be nice and gentle to it, working into my day, nice and slow. So just take a breath in, and then start to round your back. Drop your head, making as much of a dome shape as you can or want to here. When you're ready to inhale, drop the belly, squeeze the shoulder blades, and look up. So this cat-cow may not look exactly the same as one you would do in the afternoon or evening. Maybe a little smaller. On your exhale, come into your cow. Just keep cycling through these two poses using your breath. It's okay to have poses look a little different in the morning than at night. There may be some people out there who've been up for 2 or 3 hours. And there may be some people who are expert snooze pressers. I am in the second category. So just get one more cycle in. Either way, be kind to yourself and just be aware of what you feel like. Really close attention. So we're going to get into a little bit of balancing. So on an inhale, bring your right arm out in front of you, right arm out like you're going to shake somebody's hand, and your left leg behind you. So lower that left hip down so that you're not lifting up. Sorry, I started out with my heat on, but I'm kind of done with that now. It won't take long to warm up. And then we're just reaching. And I'm looking straight down. You can look a little bit ahead, tip edge of your yoga mat. You could even look up if you really wanted to. Just one more breath here. Actually, 2 more breaths, because on the last inhale, we're going to lift everything a little higher. And then exhale, set your hand and knee down. And then move right to the other side. So inhale your left arm out in front of you. Your right leg behind you. Again, lower that right hip just a smidge. Find the gaze that works for you. Couple more breaths. And then on your next inhale, lift everything a little higher, higher, higher. And then exhale, set everything down, curl the toes, and lift your hips up into your first down dog. And then when you get here, you can pedal, you can sway, whatever feels good for you. Take another breath like this. And then try to pause and find some stillness in your down dog. Really press into your hands. Feel that back get a little longer. My knees have a fairly big bend in them. 2 more breaths. And then on your inhale, look up at your hand and walk your feet to your hands, or your hands to your feet if that works out better for you. Separate your feet a little bit when you get to the top of your mat, And then we're going to exhale, we're going to hang. So now I have an even deeper bend in my knees. And you can let arms dangle. You can grab opposite elbows. Shake your head yes and no. Feel a little bit of release here. Take a couple more breaths. Take an inhale. And let it go. If you have your elbows, let go. And then on your next inhale, start to slowly roll up. You can use your hands to walk up your body. Your head's going to come up last. And then when it does, sweep those arms up overhead. Bring your hands into your heart. And down at your side. So pause in your mountain pose. Relax your shoulders. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Interlace your fingers. Index fingers shoot up. Point to the ceiling. Take a breath in. And then exhale, lean over to the right. Two more breaths here. Inhale, reach up straight. Exhale, lean the other way. Inhale, reach up. And then exhale, hands come through heart center and fold. Inhale, flat back. Squeeze your shoulder blades. Exhale, bring your hands down, step your right leg back and drop your knee. So bring your, your right hand where your right foot was, and I'm going to use a block. It makes it a little bit easier for me, but you can always just tent up on your fingers, and then you're going to twist over toward the left. You can leave the hand on the thigh, or you can lift it up. Breathe. Pull that belly button in. Don't let everything just hang. Really hold this posture. 2 more breaths. Inhale. And then exhale. Turn back center. Lift the back knee. Step back into your high plank. Pause for a moment. On your next exhale, everybody lower knees, chest, chin. Come all the way down. Inhale, lift chin and chest, little baby cobra. Exhale, touch. Again, inhale, lift chin and chest, baby cobra. Exhale and touch. One more time. Inhale, chin and chest, lift. Exhale, touch down. And then push back into your table and come back into your down dog. So this down dog may already feel different than the first one. Maybe not, though. It's okay either way. Just notice. Take another breath here. And then walk your hands to your feet, or again, your feet to your hands if it works for you. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep all the way up. Palms touch overhead. Bring your hands into your heart. And down at your side. Lift your arms up. And this time, grab your left wrist with your right hand and lean over toward the right. So pull on that arm. And breathe. Make sure you're not turning toward the mat. Make sure everything's staying nice and open. Take one more breath. Inhale, center. Switch your grip so left hand holds the right wrist. and lean over toward the left. So again, making sure that right shoulder stays back. And that this movement stays in the side body. Two more breaths. Take an inhale and an exhale. Inhale, come back center. Bring your hands through heart center and fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plant the hands, step the left leg back, and drop the knee. So again, maybe you're just tented up on those fingers, or maybe you use a block or something like it. Right where your left foot would be is where your left hand is, and start to open up, just coming into that twist. And then you can leave the hand on the thigh, or you can reach up. And breathe. On your next exhale, bring that right hand down. Push whatever you were using away, if anything. Plant the hands, lift the back knee, step back, high plank. This time you can come all the way down, knees, chest, chin, or halfway down. Inhale, heart opener, which can be your baby cobra, your full cobra, or your up dog. Exhale, push back into your down dog. You can always come through table to get there. And breathe. One more breath. Look up at your hands. Walk, hop, or float if you'd like to do that. Feet to hands. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up. Palms touch overhead. We're going to go right back down. Exhale, hands through heart center and fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plant the hands, step back or jump back, high plank to low plank, all the way down or halfway. Inhale, baby cobra, cobra, up dog. Exhale, down dog. So we're going to take some quick movements here, moving with the breath. Inhale, the right leg up. Exhale, bring the foot in between your hands, and if you have to drag it up there, drag it up there. Sometimes it's helpful to drop the back knee to drag. Turn the back foot down, a little bit of an angle. We are coming into warrior one. We're just not hanging out there very long. So inhale, come into your warrior one. And let that breath go. Take another inhale. And then exhale, come into your warrior two. Take an inhale. And exhale. Inhale, flip your front palm. Exhale, bring that arm up. Take an inhale. And exhale, make sure you're still sinking into that front knee. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, side angle pose. Take an inhale. And exhale. Look down at your foot. Surround the foot with both hands. Step back. High plank, low plank, heart opener, down dog. You choose your options for your vinyasa. We'll be in our down dog for a couple breaths. And then inhale the left leg up. Exhale it through in between your hands. Getting it up there however you can. Turn the back foot down. And then inhale. Ooh, rise up. Warrior one. Let that breath go. Take another full breath here. And then inhale. Exhale, open up warrior two. Next inhale, flip your front palm. Bring that arm up in the air. Other arm just dangles. Again, make sure you're not falling out. Sink into that front knee. Take an inhale. And exhale. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, side angle pose. down at your front foot. Hands surround the foot, pivot on the feet. Step back, high plank, low plank, heart opener, or down dog, or maybe you step right back into your down dog and you skip the vinyasa. And then once we meet in a down dog, let's everybody take a child's pose. So knees together or apart. And then drop your head. If your head won't drop, you can stack it on hands. You can put a block under there. And inhale, come back into your table. We're going to do a fun little pose here. I think it's called fallen triangle. So work your way into your plank. Take your right leg. Start to step it through, but then bring it out to the side. And then open your left arm up. And breathe. So it's like a combination between a side plank and kind of like a wild thing. Just 2 more breaths. And then exhale, bring the left hand down, bring the right leg back, come back into your plank, and drop your knees. Take a child's pose. Just a couple breaths. Side planks are hard. They're harder in the morning. And you get a little bit of a break here. Not too long though, so come back up, table, and then step back into your plank. So start to bring the the left leg this time, up in front of you, but then bring it out to the side. And then open up, lifting that right arm. And breathe. Two more breaths, you got this. Take an inhale. Exhale, right hand down, bring the left leg back to a plank, and then drop the knees again. Just another quick little child's pose. Whew. Working your way back to your down dog, however you can get there. And now look up at your hands. Walk, hop, or float your feet to your hands. Come right into your flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up. Palms touch overhead. Bring the hands into the heart. And then toe your feet in together. We're going to come into chair pose so they don't have to touch. And they can be as wide as hip width distance apart. This is your weekly reminder that your hips are here in front of you. They are not here. It's just all your extra padding. Feel where your bone structure is for your hips. So again, hip width distance or touching or anywhere in between those two. Inhale, swoop the arms up, sit the seat down. In your imaginary chair, breathe. So try to look up, try to keep that chest open. You can have your arms up on either side of your ears, or you can have your hands at your heart. Keep breathing. 3 more breaths. You got this. If you want to challenge yourself this morning, see if you can go a little lower on each exhale. Take an inhale. Exhale, low, 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 low. Inhale, and then exhale, come into your fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands. Take your vinyasa flow or go right back into a down dog. Your choice. Inhale your right leg up. Exhale, sweep it through in between your hands. Turn the back foot down. Come Coming back in that warrior one, but we're going to hang out here a little longer today. Or a little longer this time, excuse me. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Bend into that front knee. And B. If your shoulders aren't cooperating with your arms up, hands at your heart, or even at your hips. Akimbo, one of my favorite words. It's just fun to say. Two more breaths. Take an inhale. And then exhale, open up into your warrior two. So since we're here a little longer, we pay it a little closer attention to the setup. Back toes are facing the side of the mat, the long edge of the mat, excuse me. And the front heel lines up with the back instep. Pull your belly button in. Keep your knee open and settle in. Take an inhale. And then exhale. Inhale, flip your front palm. Bring that arm up in the air, and the other arm just kind of dangles by the back leg, or it can come across the small of your back, but sink back into that front knee. Pull that belly button in. Breathe. Take an inhale. Let it go. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, right forearm to right thigh, left arm up in the air. You can keep the forearm or the elbow, whatever's touching, on your thigh, or you can work it down toward the mat, toward a block. Mine usually hangs in midair if I don't grab a block. And I use my forearm to keep my knee pressing open so it doesn't cave in. Breathe. Your gaze can be up at your left fingers, down at your right foot, or anywhere in between. Take one more breath here. And then on your exhale, turn your body, cartwheel the hands down, surround the foot. Again, your choice. Do you want to take a flow, or do you want to go right back into a down dog? And we're going to be in this down dog for 3 breaths, so you can spend it in down dog, or you can come into child's pose. So we'll all meet back in our down dog, and then inhale, lift your left leg up. Exhale, bring it through in between your hands. Once again, if you need to drag it, that is okay. Turn the back foot down. When you are ready, inhale, rise up into your warrior one. Just try to settle your pelvis down. Keep that belly button pushed in. Don't let everything kind of move out to the front. I know, I don't know what the word for that is. It's just a sound. So keep everything nicely zippered and buttoned up. It really protects your lower back, and it helps maintain the strength for this pose. Okay, 2 more breaths here. Take an inhale. On your exhale, open up into your warrior two. So again, just check that alignment. Back toes facing the long edge. Front heel lines up with the back instep. Legs are strong, knees opening, belly button is pulled in. And shoulders are out of your ears. So you can turn your palms up to lower those shoulders down a little bit. Sink into that front knee. A couple more breaths. And then inhale, flip the front palm if it isn't already. Exhale. Left arm comes up, right arm dangles or comes across the small of your back, and everybody sink into that front knee and pull that belly button in just a little more. I know sometimes we forget in the transitions and our bodies move, so you just take 10 seconds and move them back. Again, your gaze can be up at your fingers, down at your toes, or staring straight ahead. Really focus on your neck and what it wants. 2 more breaths. Inhale, warrior 2. Exhale, side angle pose. Keep the forearm or the elbow on the thigh or inch it down. Two more breaths. Take an inhale. On your exhale, look down at your foot. Cartwheel the hands down. Down dog or vinyasa flow. Your choice. And then everybody take a child's pose for a few breaths. Unless you're feeling super strong at this point, you're like, no, I want to stay in down dog. Working harder than what I say is always an option. Inhale, come to your hands and knees. We're going to come into lizard and we're going to play around with a twisting lizard. So if you have a block, just bring it with you. Bring your right foot around. So where we are right now is basic lizard. Your knee is hugged in to your body. Your hands are down. If this even feels too deep, you bring your hands onto a block so that you're not so deep. You can lift the back leg or keep the knee down. I like to keep it down now. I might lift it up once we start to twist. So just hold in this basic lizard pose for about 3 more breaths. And then I want you to wiggle walk your foot over just a couple of inches. Maybe it might just come right off of your mat, just where your mat ends. And then let your foot fall to the edge. So this is open lizard and you can stay right here. You can lift the back knee here. Again, I like to keep mine down, but lifting the back knee is an option. And I'm going to bring a block underneath my left hand. Options. Bring your right hand to your thigh. Start to push your leg open and start to twist in that upper body. So it's got a lot of that same movement as the earlier twist that we did. But we're getting a little bit more hip action here. Two more breaths. Inhale, come back to that basic lizard. We're going to hold for 3 more breaths here. So wiggle walk that foot in. I didn't say that if you needed more, you could drop your forearms to a block or to the mat. Just 1 more breath. And then you're going to sweep that leg around behind you. Pause in your tabletop. Maybe move your hips a little from side to side. And we're going to go right to the other side. So left foot comes around. And again, we're going to hang out in this basic lizard. If you need more height, because it feels too strong, put your hands on a block. If it's not strong enough, bring your forearms to the block or to a mat. So I'm just going to hang out in the basic posture today. Again, you can always also lift that back knee. know, we could turn how many times that I say I'm stiff into a drinking game, I think. But I'm a little stiff this morning. I'm feeling so much better, though. How about you guys? I know you can't answer me, but maybe you'll write a comment about how much better you're feeling now. Just take one more breath. And then if you're down or up, just come back to the basic posture. Wiggle walk the foot over, a couple inches, fall to the side edge. And then use your left hand on your left thigh and start to just open up your body. So chest kind of, you know, the goal is chest toward the ceiling. Maybe just a little piece of your chest points toward the ceiling. That's okay. Couple more breaths. Take an inhale. Exhale, turn center, wiggle walk that foot back in. 3 more breaths for this lizard. Take an inhale. And then exhale. So work that foot back around, tabletop, and then again, give yourself a little wiggle. A little shake, maybe some circles. If you do circle, make sure you go in both directions. And then we're going to sit back on our bums. So one more core position before we come down. We're going to do a boat pose. So feet on the mat, knees up, hands behind you, spine nice and long. If you know you can move your hands someplace else and keep a long spine, feel free. Take an inhale. Exhale, lean back a little. And then inhale, lift your legs. Breathe, pull that belly button in. Keep everything zipped up tight. Here's your big challenge for today. We're only going to do it for one breath. Take a breath here. Exhale, come into a low boat. Just hold for one full breath. And then an inhale. And exhale, lie down. Oh. All right. Bring your feet to the mat, knees up. A little bit of moving bridge. So you know you're in the right position if your middle fingers can just brush the back of your heels. And we're going to move in this bridge. We're not going to hold anything today. So move with your breath. Inhale, lift lower back, middle back, upper back. Exhale down, upper, middle, lower. And just do a few more times, your own breath. So try to get one more full pose in, up and down. And then bring your knees into your chest. Give them a hug. Drop your knees over to the right. Arms can go long. You can look left. You can deepen this twist however you'd like, but make sure your left shoulder stays on the mat. Two more breaths. Inhale back to center. And then exhale, just go the other way. Make any adjustments that you need for this side. But again, no matter how deep you want the lower body to go, if it causes your shoulder to lift up, you're losing the twist. So make sure that opposite shoulder, in this case the right shoulder, if you're on the same side as me, stays down. Couple more breaths. And then inhale back to center. Give those knees another hug. And then right where we ended up, right where we started earlier, we will end up on our backs, getting ready for Shavasana. So decide, you can have your legs and arms straight down. I like my head propped up a little bit. You can bend the knees, feet wide, knees knocked in. Whatever feels good for you, and then take a deep breath in. Open your mouth, let it go. And take and enjoy your rest.
Start to take some deeper breaths. Make some small movements, wiggle, turn, bend. And when you feel ready, roll onto your right side, pausing here. And use your hand as leverage. Push yourself up into a seated position. Bring your hands into your heart. May we have peace in our hearts and in our homes, peace in our communities and in our lands, and peace throughout the world. Let your thumbs float up to the space in between your eyebrows. And as we end our practice, we bow our heads and say namaste. Thank you so much for coming. I hope that you enjoyed this practice. If you have any requests, you can drop them down in the comments. I'll be here for a couple more weeks. Or you can send me a private message on my Facebook page. It's Melissa S. Stanley. And have a nice day and a great week.